We've just finished reviewing Isaiah's timeline, his chronological sequence of events in the last days. And now, in chapter 15, Isaiah circles back to give greater detail to those events. He calls this the burden of Moab. But as we'll see, in the last days, it may actually apply to an even greater latter-day state. The last few verses of the timeline refer to Palestina, a small nation-state to the west of Judah. Now, Isaiah turns to Judah's closest enemy to the east, Moab. Both Palestina and Moab were part of the promised land given to Abraham. In fact, Moab had many covenant people living in it. Moab was founded by Abraham's grandson. Ruth, in the Old Testament, came from Moab, and she was both the grandmother of King David and a progenitor of Jesus Christ. Parts of Moab had even been partitioned out to the tribes of Reuben and Gad. But when Isaiah wrote this, Moab was in league with Babylon and was considered a rather powerful nation, a prideful, powerful nation, but it was about to be humbled. Isaiah says that in one night, two of Moab's greatest cities, Ar and Kir, are laid waste. Kir had been considered virtually impregnable, being situated atop a steep mountain. So, for it to be destroyed in a single night is truly impressive. Moab was known for its fertile plains, for its orchards and vineyards, and for its rich stores of limestone, salt, and even fir trees in the mountains. They were a fairly strong, well-off people, but they weren't as strong as the Assyrians, because the invasion was coming. And now Isaiah says they, meaning the Moabites, will go up to the sanctuaries and in Dibon to the hill shrines to weep. They will wail in Moab over Nebo and Medeba. Every head shall be bald, every beard cut off in lamentation. They will wear sackcloth openly on the housetops and in the streets. They will altogether wail and give way to weeping. Their spirit shall be broken. Yes, they will wail and give way to weeping, for their men are being swept down and their children are dying. But their grief has only begun. Isaiah says his own heart weeps for Moab as he sees its survivors fleeing into the desert and nearby mountains. He says their cries of distress can be heard all along the road. He even says that as these people flee into the countryside, they are bellowing loudly, like heifers. And it's interesting to note that some heifers can moan or bellow louder than bulls. But these people aren't just fleeing for safety. They're searching for water and food. For the waters of Nimrin shall be desolate. The grass shall dry up, vegetation disappear, and no green foliage shall remain. This is a result of drought and warfare, and the warfare may easily include nuclear blasts, which will make all the waters desolate and destroy every green thing. Isaiah lists 16 cities in Moab that will quickly be destroyed, some in a single night. Think of that, 16 cities destroyed almost instantly. So, where is this Moab today? The promised land of the last days is America, and the covenant people there are found mostly in the western parts of the country. Remember, anciently Moab was a land of kindred covenant people who were mostly aligned with Babylon. In many ways, the Moab of Isaiah's day comports well with America's west coast, especially California. It's a land of many covenant people, of vineyards and orchards, and of earthquakes. It's where an invader from the east might first make landfall. California has deserts and mountains, and it has many military installations, more than any other state. And they must be taken out if an invasion is to be successful. Indeed, 16 cities being destroyed would be just a beginning. We're told that the Assyrian army will come from a far country, from the end of heaven. So, should the invasion come from the eastern hemisphere, the Assyrian army may come down over the Aleutians, down the coast, and into California. Because of the curvature of the earth, this would make a straight line to America. In any event, whether this occurs in California or some other place of covenant people, Isaiah's prophecies concerning Moab will all be fulfilled in the last days. And when they are, the devastation upon a prideful, hypocritical nation will be awful. Next time, we'll see how the surviving Moabites will appeal to a Zion-like people for sanctuary. I'm Curtis Taylor with the Words of Isaiah.